Let me ask you something important. Have you ever sat down to enjoy a delicious fish meal thinking you were doing your body a favor, only to later find out that what you ate may be silently damaging your health? If you're over 60, what I'm about to share with you could be one of the most important things you'll hear this year. Right now, millions of older adults across America and around the world are unknowingly eating fish that are quietly harming their brains, their hearts, and even their lifespan. In fact, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, several popular fish contain such high levels of mercury and toxins that they're now officially flagged as dangerous for older adults. Yet, these same fish are still served in restaurants, bought in supermarkets, and even promoted as healthy. The World Health Organization also warns that mercury, which accumulates in the body over time, can cause neurological decline, cardiovascular damage, and immune dysfunction in older people. It gets even worse. Unlike younger adults, seniors are far more vulnerable to these risks. That's because with age, the body becomes slower at detoxifying harmful substances like mercury, PCBs, and heavy metals. These chemicals don't just pass through you, they stay in you, they accumulate, they quietly spread harm through your nerves, brain, and internal organs. One research paper in the journal Environmental Research even found that elderly individuals with long-term exposure to mercury-laden fish had more rapid declines in memory and coordination, even when they had no other underlying disease. But here's the good news. You don't need to cut out fish completely. You simply need to know which ones to avoid and which ones are safe and nourishing. Today, I'll reveal the 5 specific types of fish you should never eat after age 60. And more importantly, I'll explain exactly why, with science-backed reasons you can trust. And I'll also share what to eat instead. But please, don't just watch the first few minutes and scroll away. You must stay until the very end to get the full benefit of what I'm about to explain. Because if you don't fully understand these details, you could easily make the wrong substitutions and end up causing more harm than good. So stay with me. This information might just protect your heart, your brain, and your independence. Before we dive into today's valuable content, I want to start with a virtual handshake and get to know you better. Could you please take a moment to introduce yourself in the comments below? What's your name, and where are you joining me from today? I'm thrilled to be part of this amazing community of older adults who are taking charge of their health and well-being. Your engagement and feedback can save other seniors around the world. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that we can stay connected and support each other on this journey to vibrant aging. Let's begin with the first fish that you should never eat after 60. And I'm not just saying that to be dramatic. I'm saying that because this particular fish can damage your brain faster than you think. Kyle, a 70-year-old retiree from Biloxi, Mississippi, loved fishing in the Gulf of Mexico. He believed in eating what he caught, fresh, natural, and home-cooked. For years, tilefish was one of his favorites. It tasted good, grilled well, and was always easy to find. But what Kyle didn't realize was that tilefish from the Gulf contains some of the highest levels of mercury ever recorded in commercially available fish. He started noticing tremors in his hands. He would forget the names of people he'd known. For years, his doctor ran several tests and found nothing unusual, until a blood mercury test came back shockingly high. Tilefish might look like an ordinary whitefish, but it's ranked by the FDA as one of the most dangerous fish to eat due to its extremely high mercury content. The problem is even worse for seniors, as your body processes toxins slower than it used to. Over time, mercury can build up in the brain and nervous system, leading to memory loss, trouble concentrating, and even an increased risk of Alzheimer's disease. The older you get, the longer it stays in your system. Have you ever eaten tilefish or seen it on a menu? Do you think it should come with a health warning? Tell me what you think down below. Next on our list is a fish that sounds elegant, expensive, and maybe even healthy, but it could quietly ruin your heart health. Swordfish. Yes, that large, firm, steak-like fish that's often grilled in high-end restaurants or bought frozen at bulk supermarkets. But don't be fooled. Swordfish, like tilefish, is a large predator fish. That means it sits at the top of the food chain, and by the time it reaches your plate, it's loaded with mercury that it's absorbed from all the smaller fish it ate. According to the Environmental Defense Fund, swordfish is one of the most mercury-dense foods available. A single serving can exceed the weekly mercury limit recommended for older adults. And mercury isn't just a brain issue. It can cause irregular heart rhythms, increase blood pressure, and interfere with normal circulation. This makes swordfish especially dangerous if you already have conditions like atrial fibrillation, hypertension, or a pacemaker. Have you eaten swordfish in the last year? Did you ever imagine it could be dangerous at your age? Let's start a discussion in the comments section below. Now we move on to king mackerel, another fish that many people assume is healthy because of its high omega-3 content. But this is where things get tricky. There are different kinds of mackerel. Atlantic mackerel is safe and healthy, but king mackerel is not. This large species is also a predator, meaning it contains dangerous amounts of mercury. The FDA specifically advises older adults to avoid king mackerel entirely, especially if they're already at risk of memory problems, stroke, or vision loss. If this video has helped you so far, please type yes in the comment section. If not, type no. This will help us create more valuable health content that meets your exact needs. King mackerel also affects balance and coordination. Mercury attacks the part of your brain that controls movement, so if you've been feeling off balance, tripping over your feet, or having difficulty with hand-eye coordination, your diet might be part of the problem. Did you know there was such a big difference between the types of mackerel? Have you ever confused one for the other at the grocery store? Share your story below. It might help someone else avoid the same mistake. Let's take a moment to look deeper into why mercury is so dangerous for older adults. Most people think mercury is just bad for the brain, but it's far worse than that. As you age, your liver and kidneys become less efficient at filtering out toxins. That means even low levels of mercury can stay in your body much longer than they used to. And that buildup can cause damage to organs, slow down your immune response, and make you more prone to infections, fatigue, and even sudden changes in mood or behavior. One long-term study published in Neurotoxicology followed over 200 adults over 60 years old. It found that those with the highest mercury levels had a 32% higher risk of cognitive decline and a 28% higher risk of cardiovascular complications. The scary part? Many of those seniors were unaware that the fish they thought were healthy were actually the source of their slow health decline. This is why it's so important to not just eat fish, but to eat the right kinds of fish. The wrong ones will age you faster. The right ones can add years to your life. Now let's talk about another fish that may be sitting in your freezer right now: shark. Most people don't buy shark every day, but it often sneaks into processed fish products, canned foods, and even imitation seafood without a clear label. If you've ever eaten shark steaks or purchased white fish without checking the label, there's a chance you've consumed shark without knowing it. Shark meat is high in mercury, cadmium, and even arsenic. Yes, arsenic. In older adults, even small doses of arsenic and cadmium have been linked to nerve pain, weakness, and chronic fatigue. If you've been feeling strange, tingling sensations or unexplained joint stiffness that seems to come and go, your fish consumption could be part of the reason. Older bodies store these metals in fat tissues, so they remain in the body longer and cause more damage over time. Have you ever eaten shark meat before? Do you think food labels should be more transparent when it comes to seafood? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear from you. Now let's talk about orange roughy. It sounds fancy, right? You'll often see it on restaurant menus or frozen dinner packs. But here's what most people don't know. Orange roughy can live for over 100 years. That means it has a lifetime of exposure to ocean pollutants like mercury, PCBs, and other environmental toxins. It absorbs them year after year until it's caught and served to you. The longer a fish lives, the more contaminated it becomes. And orange roughy is among the longest living commercial fish on the planet. According to the Environmental Working Group, orange roughy contains dangerous levels of mercury and should be completely avoided by pregnant women, children, and older adults. Eating it once or twice might not seem like a big deal, but when you're over 60, your tolerance is much lower than it used to be. Every bite counts. What makes this even more dangerous is that orange roughy doesn't have a fishy taste. It's mild, flaky, and easy to eat. That means people often eat more of it without suspecting it's harming them. Did you ever think that something so mild-tasting could be so toxic? Have you seen orange roughy being sold under another name where you live? Let's compare notes in the I Need Your Help. If you found any part of this video helpful so far, please give it a like and leave a thoughtful comment. Even a few words can make a difference. There's someone else out there, maybe in your city, who's struggling with health issues caused by diet, and your comment could help them discover this video. Let's support each other. Hit that like button, share this with a friend or family member, and help us build a community of informed, empowered older adults. One of the biggest hidden dangers in the modern seafood industry is farmed tilapia, especially imported tilapia from countries with poor food safety regulations. Many people love tilapia because it's cheap, mild-tasting, and easy to cook. But here's the shocking truth. Tilapia raised in certain parts of Asia is often fed animal feces, pumped full of antibiotics, and raised in overcrowded, polluted water. A report from Food and Water Watch and multiple food safety investigations found that more than 70% of imported tilapia from certain Asian countries contained dangerous bacteria, including salmonella, and strains that resist antibiotics. That means when you eat this fish, you're not just eating protein, you're eating trace amounts of chemicals, waste, and bacteria that your aging immune system has to fight off. Older adults already have a higher risk of food poisoning due to lower stomach acid and a slower immune response. That makes contaminated farmed fish far more dangerous than it is for younger adults. If you've ever had unexpected stomach cramps, fatigue, or digestive trouble after eating tilapia, now you know why. Has this ever happened to you? Let's talk about your experience. Your story might help someone else in the community avoid the same danger. Now here's the part many people miss. Even though we've discussed some harmful fish, not all seafood is bad for you. In fact, the right fish can strengthen your brain, support your heart, and protect your joints. The secret lies in low-mercury wild-caught options, especially wild-caught salmon. This fish is rich in omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation, protect your memory, and lower your risk of heart disease. A recent study from the Harvard School of Public Health found that adults over 65 who consumed wild-caught salmon at least twice a week had a 35% lower risk of heart failure and were significantly more likely to maintain independence in older age. The key is that it must be wild-caught. Farmed salmon, especially imported, often contains high levels of PCBs, dyes, and even flame-retardant residues. Shocking, isn't it? If you're not sure how to tell the difference, here's a tip. Wild-caught salmon is usually darker in color and labeled clearly. If it says Atlantic salmon, it's almost always farmed. Look for labels that say wild Alaskan or sockeye. Do you know what kind of salmon you've been eating? Drop the name of your favorite fish in the comments so others can learn what's working for you. Let's pause here for a second. I want to make sure we're still connected. If this video has brought any value to you, even just one helpful tip, please write yes in the comments. If not, please type no. This direct feedback helps shape the future of this channel. You are part of something bigger here. Every comment helps guide us toward better health, better decisions, and a stronger senior community. Now let's talk about one more thing before we go. Many older adults are left feeling frustrated. You try to eat healthy, you listen to doctors, and yet sometimes you still feel tired, foggy, or achy. Sometimes the answer isn't just what you're eating, but what you've been unknowingly eating for years. Fish that are loaded with mercury, farmed in toxic waste, or sold under deceptive names could be aging you faster without you realizing it. But you're not powerless. By avoiding high-mercury fish like swordfish, shark, king mackerel, orange roughy, and contaminated farm tilapia, and instead focusing on wild-caught, low-mercury alternatives, you're not just protecting your body. You're giving yourself the gift of more good days, more energy, and more time with your loved ones. That's what health is all about. So here's what I want from you. Have you ever felt confused at the seafood counter? Ever bought fish thinking it was healthy, only to feel worse after eating it? Tell us in the comments. Your personal experience could be the answer someone else is looking for. This channel exists for you. It's a space where seniors can share stories, ask questions, and get real answers without judgment. And if you found this helpful, don't just watch. Be part of the mission, like this video. Share it with someone who may be unknowingly eating these harmful fish. Save a life, extend a life. Because small actions like this ripple through our community, changing one person at a time. And that person could be your neighbor, or it could be you.